Hey there everybody, welcome! This is my transformation video for X-Transbots MX-44 Gravedigger. So, let's get right to it. Easy enough transformation. First thing, the hands. Go ahead and curl up. The hands, get the thumb underneath, like that, like he's going to punch through a wall, and then just slide his fist right on in. And do that on both. Get his fist all curled up, his thumb underneath, and there you go. We'll go ahead and rotate his arms 180. We'll need to do that later, so we might as well do it now. Come around the back. We're going to open up here. Just untab it from the shoulders. Alright. I'll go ahead and rotate this now. This may be very, very stiff on your copy. If you try to rotate it and you can see the panel is coming apart, hold it there and rotate it. It's because there's a little thoop there and it might be catching the panel. That's all. Then also go ahead and lift up on the bottom part. Just untab that. Now I'm going to bend at the ab crunch. And I'm going to untab his shoulders and unfold them. Okay? Now we're going to bring these pieces out. Bring these boxes out. We're going to tab these together, just like that. And now, we're going to rotate the head sideways, all the way up, and rotate it in. Okay? We're going to rotate the ab crunch, the waist rotate, one way so we have room. And then we're going to rotate. There we go. We're going to separate the shoulder, rotate this out, and then we're going to rotate the entire thing. Don't forget to rotate that like I just did. There we go. So you want it looking like that. Then we're going to rotate at the waist 180, rotate up here 180, and we're going to do the same thing. Separate the shoulder and rotate the whole thing. Then you can rotate the waist back to how it was, straight on. So we're going to bring this panel out. So it's got a very, very small slider, and it's so small you can't really even see it, but you can tell a difference, right? Slide up, slide down. You see that? So to pull it out, slide it up, and then you can rotate. Unfold this panel and bring these around. And you want to make sure that these end up underneath the arms. And you want to do it now before you start locking things down. So now that you've got those in the right place, we're going to rotate the arm in. We're going to tab it in underneath here. And then we're going to tab this in. Oop, come on. Tab it in. There we go. There we go. Don't make me a liar on camera. And then back here, tab and slot. So you close that up. We do the exact same thing over here. Rotate up. Get this tabbed in. Tab the arm in by pushing it up into that. And then tab this piece in. And now for this, rotate this around. Bring the door down and open up. And then you can close this entire thing. It does have this double hinge back here. This is, let me try and give you a close up. So you see the bottom part, then this part, you want it to fold in like that. And then you just close this up. It tabs in, you've got tab here for these two slots, and these two tabs for these two slots. Easy enough. And it should pretty much locate itself, like, you know, with the arms in place, everything else should be pretty much right where it needs to be. You just might need to rotate this a little bit to get it there. And then up here, squeeze everything together. It's doesn't really have its own tabs up here per se. but it'll sit where it needs to. Go ahead and close the door, which will tab it in. There we go, making sure it's all squeezed together. Good, good, good. All right, now come under here, we'll lift up on the hip flaps and separate the legs. There we go. And just slide them all the way out, like so. Now we're going to take the foot, bring it out, rotate it up, and you've got a slot here and here for a tab here and here. So it just tabs in to the edge of the treads, and then flip the knee panel around all the way. And that does not tab in, it just rests in place. There we go, and then go ahead and bring these together. They just tab together right in the middle. Lift up on these, and then rotate at the hips. Now, what we want to do for this part, these two tabs go into the slots in this green piece. So get those in there first. Come on now. There we go. And then I'll push back on the legs while pushing forward on the cab once I have these dovetails lined up. Because remember, for these types of tabs, you need to push them in and out. Don't try ripping them. They only go in and out one way safely. But there we go. They're all locked in place. And then we'll just make sure that piece of the boom gets put together. And there you go. That is Scavenger in his alt mode. There's the underside and the front. Good. And now I'm going to show you how to combine them. So first things first, go ahead and combine the arm. So you've got this channel, this two slots, and this port, and it goes right on here. So just line it up and slide it all the way up, just like that. Okay? Then we're going to come here. So again, is what I do is I use my thumbs to push down on the body, use my fingers here to push up on the treads, and that disengages the dovetails. And then I just have to pull them down away from that. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to lift up. Those two pieces are going to tab right into here, exactly how they just were. So I'm going to get those lined up. Now, is what I do is I get those tabbed in, but I do not shift the body to line these up just yet. So here is why. We have a lot of stuff to hook up here. So you can see we have a tab here, and then we have this tab. Those are the two tabs that connect the two hip pieces together. They are going to slide in these two channels. You have, let's see, right here, two ports next to the screw for these two circular posts. You have these two tabs, one here and one on the other side, for these two large slots. And then finally on the arm you have a post and a small tab for this port and small tab, and they have a little cutout for the tab that sits right here. You have a lot to hook up, and basically you need to put it in and slide it upwards because of these. It's a lot to do. It's not difficult, but that's why I say why I'm doing it a certain way. Why I have those tabbed in, the dovetails are out, and now I'm rotating the treads to give me a little bit of room. I'm going to bring it in, and then get it hooked, get it kind of in place, and then I need to slide it up. Now, if you're trying to slide this up, this green piece might be hitting this green tab, or plate. So, just be aware of that, because remember, I shifted the body, right? So, just get that over that, slide it up, and then you can get everything crunched together. Look at that. Super, super easy. And now finally, I'll just bring the body down a little. Make sure to push it to get those dovetails in. And look at that. That's done. Bring the crane up. You have a port for this post. And then you have the option, you can leave the crane up like that, or you can bring it down like that, and of course you can do what you want with a bucket. But that is it. Look at how easy that was to hook them up. So there you go. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get them back into robot mode. So I'm going to kind of shift the cab back a little bit to free up those two dovetails. And I need to free up these purple panels, which are on there really, really tightly right now. And that part is a little easier said than done. We don't have a lot of room. There we go. Good. Whew. In fact, go ahead and untap that if I'm gonna. There we go. So we got the purple panels untabbed from the top, from the front. Now we're gonna split the treads. Come on, come on. I want to split both sides, not just one or the other. There we go. Good. So now that I'm at this point, I'm going to start sliding everything down. There we go. And then if you wanted to disconnect this, you just slide it down as well. Once you disengage it from the post and port up here, it should free up and get a little bit easier. There we go. Done. I'll get that off to the side. Now, moving on with him, we've already got him a little discombobulated. For some reason, those tabbed themselves back in. Come on. There we go. So, pretty much the reverse, right? We'll fold those back up, split his legs, untab the foot, rotate it, bring it around. You've got this tab for this slot. There we go. Do the same over here. Untab, rotate, finish rotating, and that's his legs done. Oh, bring these panels down so you have your knee rotation, or sorry, knee bend. Hip skirts down and compress the hips. Okay, and now I'm going to unpeg the crane. I'm going to just fold all this up. And let's go ahead and start with the front. So get these panels untabbed from the hands. Go ahead and get it on both sides. Okay. And now untab. You can see this one kind of did it, but untab the arm. Get that on both sides as well. And then untab these back pieces. Just bring them toward the center, right? Remember, we've got only that one tab in that slot. And then once you get to this point, you can rotate the arm out. Stretch out that double hinge so it's kind of out of the way. We can close this door and fold this up. You can fold this up, just trying to get myself clearance right now. And now at this point, we'll rotate to one side, bring this down. Let me go ahead and bring this panel up a little bit. This tab is currently blocking it, so just, there we go. Bring this up. Fold these in, rotate, there we go. All right, so now I'm gonna rotate this whole arm. Then I'm gonna split it there. I'm gonna split it here. This part I'll rotate up. Rotate that, and there we go. I'll leave that. I'm gonna rotate this around. I'll rotate the hips around. And I'll do the exact same thing. Spin that. Rotate that. Crack that loose. Fold this over. And there we go. Let's get the head out. For this panel, make sure that it is, yep, there we go. For both of these panels, just make sure I point it out. You do have this tab that goes into that spot, so make sure that does line up. And then from here, what's this one? There we go. Now go ahead and rotate and tab in the sides. I'm going to rotate and I'm going to use the add crunch, bend them back up. Make sure that this gets bent up into there correctly. All right. Now what we're going to do, we're going to rotate this piece, flip that around 180, and then you can see those two big tabs and these two small tabs, they go into those 4 slots. So get that tabbed in. Come under here. So you've got these 2 small tabs that are going to go into the 2 slots in these pieces that we already folded up. And then just bend everything up here. The tab on this arm goes into the slot right here, but you can configure his back a little bit differently if you wish. That's just what I found to help lock it. And one final thing, this does need to rotate around, just so you have a smooth cartoon-esque back. That's all that's there for. If you forget that piece, it's really not a big deal. And then we'll rotate these 180. So you have the elbow joint on the inside. Now for getting the arms out. Lift up and just pull on the hand. That should be enough. There's no access point or anything where you can like use a spudger. But I'll get out the hands because since the knuckles are broken up, they've got this little area here I can kind of grab on, rotate them out, and then I have something to pull on. And I know what you're thinking, huh? You don't want to pull on the hands, but if you pull on more than just the single finger, if you pull on the 3 fingers, that's enough surface area. You've got a good bit of torque on it. So, but there we go. That is his bot mode. There we go. There's the side, the back, the front, and yeah, you can see if you have it tabbed in how that bucket looks. So you may prefer to have it something like this so the bucket is behind his legs. Totally up to you. But there we go. That is X-Transbots Gravedigger in all 3 modes. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope it helped you. See you next time.